my people. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Charities Baba USA, your #1 channel where we give you the information the way it is. We read from the website, we bring facts like as they are, and we let you know what's going on. Now, the DV is here with us. It's going to start on the 6th. Today is 1st of October. We only have 5 days and then we start the application. Now, before we start the application, do we want to know the instructions? Do we want to know how to go about it? Yes, we do. This is Charity Nganga from Charities Baba USA, your #1 channel. I am here to read for you the instructions that they have given us. These are not my instructions. These are the instructions from travel.state.gov so that you can understand. So that you can understand in a simpler language, and you are able to do the right thing that they require to do, because the more you do the right thing, the more you do better, the more you do what they want you to do, the more you are keen, the more you read, the more you listen, then you will get a chance. You will get a chance to increase your chances to get to get selected. Now, I am going to share a screen here with you for DV 2023 instructions, so that we can go through it and see what do they want, what do they require, because every year they bring instructions. Now let us see what they require. The website, like I said, travel.state.gov, Bureau of Consular Affairs. You have to look at this color, it's always there. Now, instructions for the 2023 DV Immigrant Visa Program, DV 2023, the one that will start the application on the 6th. Now, I'm not going to read all this stuff, but here I want to read for you the countries that are not eligible to apply, because it is here. So if these countries are not eligible, they cannot apply, because more than 50,000 natives of these countries immigrated to the US in the previous 5 years. Now, Bangladesh is not there. Brazil is not there. Canada is not there. China, including Hong Kong, SAR is not there. Colombia is not there. Dominican Republic is not there. El Salvador is not there. Haiti is not there. Honduras is not there. India is not there. Jamaica is not there. Mexico is not there. Nigeria is not there. Pakistan is not there. Philippines is not there. South Korea is not there. United Kingdom, except Northern Ireland, it's not there, and its dependent territories, Venezuela and Vietnam. Natives of Macau, SAR and Taiwan are eligible. So these ones, let me highlight. These ones that I have read here, they are not eligible. But this one is eligible, and the other countries that are not there. Now, please make sure that you know that. Okay, countries with historically low rates of eligibilities are eligible to enter. Now, if your country was mentioned here and it is not eligible, how can you still enter? You can enter through your spouse. You claim your spouse. So if your spouse was born in a country, like, let me give an example of Kenya, maybe then you can claim. So if your spouse is from a native country with historically low rates of immigration to the US, yes, you can claim your spouse's country of birth, provided that you and your spouse are named on the selected entry. So your spouse has to be the primary applicant, and then you can claim that country. So you can do that. Another thing is, if you are let me see. So if you were not born in if you were born, let's assume you were born in Canada, but your parents were born in Kenya, you can claim the Kenya as your country of birth, because your parents were born there and you apply. So you can do that. Now, requirement 2, each DV applicant must meet the education stroke work experience requirement of the DV program by having either at least a high school education or its equivalent, defined as successful completion of a 12-year course, formal elementary and secondary education. Now, this means that you have gone from class 1 to class 8 and from 1 to form 4. Now, if you do not have that, then you must provide 2 years of work experience within the 5 years in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. The Department of State will use the U.S. Departments of Labor or Net Online database to determine qualifying work experience. And like I said, it is job zone 4. Like I said, it has to be an SVP of 7. So please make sure that you go and look that and see that. Now, I'm going to talk about the questions later. Now, entry period. Applicants must submit the entries for the DV 2023 program electronically at the dvprogram.state.gov. So no papers we are going to use, and it has to be on the computer between 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time, Wednesday, October 6, 2021, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, GMT 5, Tuesday, November 9, 2021. That means that the first application date is October 6 and it ends on November 9, 2021. Sorry. Do not wait until the last week of the registration period to enter, as heavy demand may result to website delay. So don't wait up until the last minute. Please do this thing early as possible, so that you don't get that the website is jammed and you are getting frustrated. So make sure that you go there early and do that. Now, no late entries will be accepted. Another thing, the law only allows entry of one person during each entry period, and their computers they have sophisticated technology, high-tech technology that will detect that you have applied multiple applications and you will be disqualified. This is what they say. Submission of more than one entry will render you ineligible for a DV. So don't do that. Now, so where do you submit? Where are we going to apply? We are going to apply dvprogram.state.gov. When you open the website right now, it still doesn't tell you to start an application, but I know in the coming days it's gonna be there. Now, they will not accept incomplete entries. Maybe you started applying and then you went halfway and then you left it. You said that you will apply tomorrow. No, you have to apply and get done at that time. Another thing is they encourage you to do the entry for yourself without a visa consultant or a visa agent or other facilitator who offers help. So even if someone tells you that I am going to apply for you, pay me a little bit of money and you are going to increase your chances of winning, that is a lie. They are going to be lying to you. So if someone helps you, then you have to be present so that you can provide the correct answers to the questions and retain your unique confirmation number. Please make sure that you retain your confirmation number, because someone might lie to you and tell you that the confirmation number is not going to come out at that time. It comes out as soon as you submit your application. Now, and that person will want to charge you 100,000 Kenya shillings because they will tell you that I filled out for you and you won. No. Make sure that you have your confirmation number, and that is why they are encouraging you. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do not ask for help from anybody. Now, without this information, you will not be able to access the online system that informs you of your entry status. So you have to be very wary. You have to know those people who want to keep that information for you so that they can charge you money. This thing is free. It is free of charge. So make sure that nobody is charging you for it. The only money that you can pay is if you go to someone's cyber and that person has paid for the internet and you have to use their internet. Of course, they will charge you for that because they will not give you the internet for free. But otherwise, the application is free of charge. Do not pay anything, even a cent, so that someone can do the application for you. So then you should also retain access to the email account. Make sure that the email account that you are using is yours, is your personal one, and you have access to it, and you can check on it anytime. Do not let that person who is helping you to retain that account. So that's very important, and they have told you that. So so you know about DV program scams where people have been scammed and money has been asked from them. So do not fall into that scam. Now, after you submit your entry, they said that you will get the confirmation screen. Print this confirmation because it has your confirmation number and take it home, because you will need that in May so that you can check. Now, after you submit your entry, you will see a confirmation screen containing your name and unique confirmation number. So for you to know that it was successful, the screen will have your name and your confirmation number. Print this confirmation screen for your records starting May 8, 2022. So May 8, 2022, we will see the results. We will see the results there. You will be able to check the status of your entry by returning to dvprogram.state.gov, and then the same place that you applied, you will click on entrant status check. After you click on entrant status check, you will put in your confirmation number, and you will know if you have been selected. And I'm just here to champion you. I'm just here just wishing you all the best when you're doing this application, because I know that you can get it, but you have to follow their guidelines. Because even if you get it, if you listened to the video that I played in the morning, that guy said that being selected doesn't mean that you will get the visa. So you still have to, it's a long ways. He said, let me quote him. He said, it is a long way to, that is the first step to a very long process. So please make sure that you are going to travel.state.gov and read this information. Because like I tell you, our people, especially our people in Africa, they fail because they do not have this information. And this information, you just go and you log in into your computer, or you log in into your phone, and you read. You have to read this information for you to understand it. Do not let someone else come and tell you, oh, this what. Even me, when I come here and I'm trying to explain this stuff for you, go back and verify. You must go back and verify so that you can know what's going on. Again, this is Charities Bubble USA, your #1 channel, where we talk about the green card. Right now, we are talking about the green card. And I need you to subscribe to my channel. Please give it a thumbs up. The videos that I am doing, please give them a thumbs up. It just gives me joy to give that you have given it a thumbs up. Share this video, call your friends, call anybody that you care about, so that they can read this information and they can know what do they require for the DV 2023, because it is here with us. It is just right next to the door, and we need to do it right. So so that is about your confirmation number. Beware of those people who want to take money from you. This is a free thing. Now, when you are doing when you're entering the form, this is not the form, but these are just the guidelines that they have given us. They will ask you for your name, so you have to put your last or family name. Your last or family name, sometimes it is also called the surname. So if you see the surname, there is your last name. That is like your dad's name or your mom's name, if that is your last name. And then your name, and then your first name, and then your last family name, your first name, and your middle name. Now, like me, my name is Charity Nganga, so I would say Nganga Charity. So and if you have a middle name, put it there. Your middle name is the one that is your native name most of the time. Your first name is your Christian name. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so you put it as exactly as it appears on your passport. For example, if your passport shows your first and last name, please list your family name, last family name, and then first name. Do not add anything. Okay? If you have a middle name and it is not in your passport, do not put it there. If your passport has a first, middle, and last family name, we said that we are going to start with the last name, and then we will go to the first name and then the middle name. Okay, please list them in the following order: last name, first name, and the middle name. So like, let's assume Mary Jerry Kemani. It will be Kemani Mary Jerry. That's an example that I've given you. If you only have one name, it must be entered in the last family name field. So if you only have one name, just one name, maybe you are called John, put it on the last name, on the last family name field. Now, gender. Are you a male or a female? Put it there. Your birth date. When were you born? Put it there. The city that you were born. Now, this one is confusing people. The city where you were born. Were you born in Kisumu? Were you born in Eldoret? Were you born in Busia? That is the city. Put it there. Country where you are born. Were you born in Kenya? Were you born in Uganda? Were you born in Tanzania? Put it there. Put it there. That is use the name that you of the country currently used for the place where you are born. Okay. Okay. The country of eligibility. I have read the names that they have put out there for the countries that are not eligible. So so your country of eligibility will be the country that you were born. Where were you born? Were you born in Kenya? Is it eligible? That is your country of eligibility. So it is the same as your country of birth. Now, it is not related to where you live or your nationality. Now, those are two different things. No, sorry. Your country of eligibility is not related to where you live or your nationality. So, like me, I live here in the US, but I am a US citizen. That is my nationality. But is that where I was born? No. But if you are a US citizen, you do not have any business filling out the green card, or if you are a permanent resident, you don't have any business doing that. Now, if it is different from your country of birth, if you are born in a country that is not eligible, please review. And they have said that you can only qualify if your spouse is from a country that is eligible. Now, the other thing that you need to put is your passport number, where you got your passport, the expiration date for your valid and expired international travel passport. So, so make sure that you put that one. Where did you get your passport? Make sure that it's current. This requirement does not apply to dependents, so it is only the primary applicant who needs that one. So make sure that you do that. Then, so you must enter a valid international passport unless you meet the requirements for an exemption. So make sure that your passport is valid. Make sure that your passport is valid. An exemption may apply if you are stateless. Stateless person is that person who was born in the aeroplane. They do not have a specific place that they were born. And if you are from a communist-controlled country that maybe you cannot get a passport, then or maybe you are given a waiver or an exemption by the Secretary of Homeland Security, which is very rare. I don't know, but maybe you can, but that's very rare. Oh my gosh, that's rare. Okay, so so that's very important about the passport. Make sure that you put the correct passport number, because if you make it wrong, then that will look like it is fraudulent. Now, entrant photograph. Entrant photograph. Now, your entrant photograph is the photograph that we talked about, the requirements that you have taken, a digital photograph. And when you take that digital photograph, you have saved it in your computer, and then you will upload it to submit it. When you upload it to submit it, then it will go to the photo checker, and then the photo checker will tell you, is it right, is it wrong, or and then if it is wrong, then you have to repeat and do a right one, because that photo has to be right. And I have talked about it in a video, so go watch that video and you will see about the photo. Now, so you do not need to include the photograph of a spouse or a child who is already a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident. So if like someone like me, if for example I was married to someone who was not a citizen and they wanted to apply a green card, they should not include me there, because a citizen doesn't need and a permanent resident doesn't need to apply a green card. They have no business with that, but you will not be penalized if you do. If you decide to add them, they will not penalize you from doing that. Now, DV entry photographs must meet the same standards as US visa photos, so they have to be like US visa photos. That is why I tell you, the US visa photos are high-tech. Oh my gosh, they're very high-tech. That's why I'm telling you, go to a professional photographer and have your photo taken. Okay, so you will be ineligible for a DV if the entry photograph for you and your family members do not fully meet this specification or have been manipulated in any way. So you have to be very careful about that. Don't manipulate your photo. Make sure that your photo is correct. Now, then number 9 will be your mailing address. If you do not have a PO box, you don't have a letter box, you have to write, the person that will let you use their mail, you will write in care of who. In care of who? So in care of maybe so and so, and then you write the address line. Address line is the PO box number. It is the PO box number. So you write the PO box number there, and then you write the city, the town, the district, the postal code. Now, like postal code or zip code, I know for Kenya is 254. So that's what you write there, and the country. So make sure that you write that. Where do you live today? You are born in Kenya. Where are you living today? You are born in Tanzania. Where are you living today? You are born in Uganda. Where are you living today? Are you living in Qatar? Are you living in Britain? Are you living in wherever you are living? Write down there. And then your phone number is optional. It is always very optional there. Then the email address, like I said, the email address which you have direct access. The one that you can access anytime. It is not an email address that is for another person out there. No, you have to be able to access that email address, okay? And you will have that access throughout May the next year. Now, when you check the entrance status and you have been selected, they will receive, you will receive follow-up emails to communicate or to tell you what to do. So make sure that the email that you're using there is the correct one. You have to use the email. And I like these phones, because the smartphones, you have your email there, you just scroll on it and then you look at your email. So do not use an email that doesn't belong to you. Another thing, the highest level of education you have achieved as of today, primary school only. If you didn't go to, you only went to primary school, you click there. Some high school or no diploma. Here you went to high school but you did not finish. You dropped out. Click there. High school diploma, you went to school, you graduated, you have a KCSE certificate, or the certificate that you get after you finish after 12 years, then you put it there. Vocational school is where you go to train about maybe something like interior design or that stuff. You write there that you went to vocational school. Now, some university courses, maybe you went to the university and you did some courses there, but you didn't graduate. You write there. University degree, you went to the university, you finished all your years and you graduated and you have a degree. Put it there. Some graduate level courses means that you have a degree, but you went again and just did some courses, but you did not graduate to have a master's. Go and select there. A master's degree, you have it, you have gone to school and you have graduated with a master's degree. Say you have a master's degree. Some doctoral level courses. So here you have a master's degree, but you went and did some few classes there for the doctorate, but you did not finish. And maybe that's where you are at that time. Indicate number 9. Number 10, doctorate. If you have gotten a doctorate, that is the place that you indicate. So please make sure that you put in or you enter the right educational requirements, because they will want to know your level of education. Another thing, number 14 will be your current marital status. Are you unmarried? Are you unmarried? That means that you have not been married to anybody. Then you write there. Or here, are you single? Let me make it single. Are you married and your spouse is not a U.S. citizen or a U.S. lawful permanent resident? You are married and your spouse is just the same as you. They are not like me, I am a citizen, or someone who has won a green card and they have come to live in the U.S. You write there. Then, are you married and your spouse is a U.S. citizen or a U.S. legal permanent resident? You will indicate number 3. Number 4, are you divorced? Are you divorced? Divorced and you have the divorce papers. You indicate number 4. Are you widowed? If you are widowed, that means maybe your spouse died. You indicate number 5. Number 6, are you legally separated? Legal separations means that you have gone to court. The court has separated you, but are you still together because maybe you want to be paying the bills? You haven't sorted out about kids. That is being like legally separated. You write there. Enter the name and the date, the birth, the gender, the city, the town of birth, and country of birth your spouse was born. Okay. So if you're married, you have to enter the spouse's name, the date of birth, the gender, where they were born, and which country they were born. Very, very important. And make sure that you have a photograph of your spouse that meets the same technical specifications as your photo. So very, very, very important information there that we are reading about how we are going to apply for our DV 2023. Now, this is Charities Bible USA, your #1 channel, where we tell you, we try to explain you, we give you tips on how to do it right. And I am trying to help you to read these instructions so that you can understand better, so that you can know where to go and verify so that you are successful. I am just here to champion you so that you can get it right. Now, let us go to the failures, because this is where the problems comes in, because I've had these questions from my viewers and I want to clear it right now. Failure to list your eligible spouse or listing someone who is not your spouse will make you ineligible as the DV principal applicant and your spouse and children. Ineligible as DV derivative applicants. So if you do not if you do not list that you are married and you do not list your kids, and then you win your green card, and then you enter them there in your DS-260, what will happen is that you won, but then you added them because you had not added them in your first application. Then when you go to get your visa, they are not going to give you as the main applicant, and at the same time your wife and kids are not going to get it. So not make a mistake. Don't make a mistake of leaving out your family members. You have to put in your family members there. Now, you must list your spouse even if you currently are separated from him or her, unless you are legally separated. I need you to get that correctly. List your spouse even if you are currently separated. Maybe you have not been together. Maybe you want to live somewhere else and he's living somewhere else, but you are married and you are not legally separated. You have to list that person even if you are not living together. You have to put them there. Now, legal separation is an arrangement when a couple remain married but live apart following a court order. If you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you through the DV program. Now, if you have legal separation from the court, then your spouse is not able to go with you, okay? So you have to list that you are legally separated. But if you are not legally separated, you have to put your spouse there. Now, you will not be penalized if you choose to enter the name of a spouse to whom you are legally separated. So if you're legally separated from a person and you want to enter their name, you can, but that person will not be able to immigrate with you. Now, you are not legally separated by, if you are not legally separated by court order, this one they are repeating, you must include your spouse even if you plan to be divorced before you apply for the diversity visa, or your spouse does not intend to immigrate. Did you get that? Now, you have not been legally separated, but maybe you plan to be divorced. Now, that person that you have not been legally separated with, or you are planning to do a divorce, you must list them there. Put them there, even if they do not intend to immigrate. So do not leave them out. So I hope you have understood there correctly. Now, if your spouse is a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, do not list him. Don't list them in your entry. So a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident, they do not require a visa because they already are citizens, and and permanent residents have already been issued with a visa. So that is very, very important information that I am reading here. I need you to understand. Okay. Now, therefore, if you select married and my spouse is a U.S. citizen or a U.S. legal permanent resident on your entry, you will not be prompted to include further information on your spouse. So if you say that your husband or your wife is a U.S. citizen or they are legal permanent resident, they will not ask you for any more information. So I will talk about the questions here later in another video. Now, the number of children, let us come to here. This one is another one. List the name, the date of birth, the gender, the city, town of birth, and country of birth of all living and married children under 21 years of age, regardless of whether they are living with you or intend to accompany you or follow you to join you. So make sure that you list them. Even if they don't want to go, make sure that you put them there. Nobody is going to force anybody to come and live in the U.S. if they don't want to. But make sure that you put them there. You don't want to be disqualified because you did not put them there. So that's very, very important information. Should you immigrate to the United States, submit individual photographs of each of your children using the same technical specification as your own photograph. Now, everybody, when you're doing the first application, photographs, and they must meet the requirements. Now, who are we going to include? We are going to include all our living natural children, all our living legal adopted children by you, legally adopted. Now, legally adopted means that you have documentation to show that you adopted them. All living stepchildren who are unmarried and under the age of 21. If you have stepkids who are not married and they are under the age of the 21, put them there on the date of your electronic entry, on the first day, not on your DS-260, on this one that we are doing on the 6th. Make sure that you include them there. Even if you are no longer legally married to the child's parent, you have separated and everybody went their way, put those children there. Even if the child does not currently reside with you and will not immigrate with you. So get that point. Even if you don't live with a spouse, even if that child does not live with you, or even if that child will not immigrate with you, make sure that you put them there, because you want to follow their guidelines. Now, married children and children who are already 21 years or older when you submit your entry are not eligible. So those ones who are age 21 and who are married, they are not eligible. Now, however, the Child Status Protection Act protects the children from aging out. What do I mean by aging out? For example, you submitted your entry before your unmarried child turns 21. Maybe in this month, in October, they are 21, but by January they will be 22. And the child turns 21 before the visa insurance. No, hold it. Let me go back there. So if you submit your DV entry before your unmarried child turns 21, and the child turns 21, maybe next month they will be 21 years, or they will be 21 years and a half before the visa issuance. Maybe by the time the visa will be issued, because when you apply this time, you will get your results on May 8th, and then maybe you will be traveling next year, the other year, 2023. You find that at that time, maybe your son or your daughter will have been maybe 22 years or 23 years old. They do not age out. There's a law that protects them, that they do not age out, so they will still be able to travel with you as long as you applied for them before they turned 21. Okay, a child who is already a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident will not require to be issued a diversity visa, but you will not be penalized for putting them on your application. Now, failure to list all the children who are eligible, or listing someone who is not your child, will make you ineligible for a DV, and your spouse and children will not be will also be ineligible. So those are very, very, very important things that we have talked about. We have talked about what they require. So please make sure that you do that. And those questions, because those are the questions that you will be filling in the form, they are self-explanatory. So I don't see the reason as to why you should go and pay someone some money to do it for you. Don't do that. Go do it for yourself. Watch this video to the end, and also go to the website travel.state.gov, and you will be able to know if what I am telling you is the truth. You will be able to know and read more information about it, so that by the time it is 6th, you will be able to do the right thing. Now, again, this is Charity's Bubble, your #1 channel. I talked about the DV 2023 instructions. Now, stay tuned, and I'm going to do another video and explain more and more and more and more until you get it. So until next time, God bless you and stay safe.